Hey, welcome back to the Gadget Spot.
We have a web page.
It's been 3 years since we started. Bum, bum, bum.
Why can't you see my face at all on the live stream?
He's completely out.
sorry.
He's completely out
That
of the
is
live stream.
offensive.
I didn't notice that I couldn't see you. I'm just
Right.
used to not.
All right.
I know,
Everybody-
I know I'm
you're-
short.
And I know you're used to that, right? I mean, that can be an unfamiliar feeling.
I might leave it going for a little bit, honestly.
Jarron, you have a bug on your wall.
This way.
Oh, now it's only me. That's no good.
See it
I
crawling
think-
up your wall
Box
there?
elder, box
Yeah,
elder
they're
bug.
everywhere
How
down
do you
here.
get box elder bugs in the dead of winter?
Dude, I get
I
box
don't know.
elder bugs in my house.
You guys are weird.
You know what we should do is we should do live questions on this episode because we actually have a little bit of a live feed going right now.
Is that what my hair looks like?
Yeah.
That's
Hold on.
awesome.
All right,
Yes,
so
it
it's been 2 weeks. You're tuning into the Gadget Spot where we talk about tech, video games, and gadgets.
Bwing, bwing, bwing.
Let's go ahead and introduce the panel. Owen.
Hey, everybody, and live people. My name's Owen. Follow me on Twitter at TechNode. Yep, that's about it. I have been playing. I played a lot of Super Smash between the break.
Congratulations.
As much as I could, I tried to tune out the week between Christmas and New Year's. It made 2018 the worst year of my life.
Well, it shows you played Smash because you won a few games.
Yeah,
It's true. He
So
did.
yeah, I was much improved, wasn't I? When I
Yeah.
okay, so, but yeah, I played a lot of Super Smash. My kid loved it. I set him to get all the characters, so that was a thing. Signed up for
Finally
the
pulling
Nintendo. I
his
signed
weight.
up for the Nintendo
The 1 year
online thing.
for $20.
Then
or
I
whatever.
friended James, but because I'm in the dark zone or whatever, I guess he didn't accept my friend request.
Yup.
So, which is cool. I'll find more friends that random. The internet's full of Jameses.
What I'm going to do is a couple of episodes from now, I'm going to say some nice stuff, and he's going to come back just like a little puppy dog.
Have you
Remember
come-
that? Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, that sounds pretty familiar. But
Well,
it's
look,
been like
here-
been like 4 or 5 episodes. So I'm wondering when the math is going to start working.
Well, he's here right now, isn't he?
Yeah, that's true.
What?
So the ratio I found is 10 mean things to 1 nice thing for James.
I didn't know the math.
10
I
to
think
1?
I think
Yeah.
I went 11, and it broke the system because he's
Yeah.
still clearly upset with me.
Yep.
Well, it's nice to hear that your kid's finally pulling his weight.
Yeah.
Unlocking Super Smash
Yeah,
Bros.
we got. Yeah,
characters.
exactly. He was great. He was fantastic.
Very nice. Jarron.
Hey, I'm Jarron. You can find me on Twitter at Jarron. And I have a huge cramp in my foot right now, actually. It's making it awkward. Anyway, I've been playing a lot of Monster Boy and the Cursed Kingdom on Switch. I love that game. It is awesome. Best game ever.
Whoa.
Well, okay, not best. Now I'm sounding sarcastic, but it is a wonderful game. It is, as longtime listeners know, I am a fan of the Wonder Boy series. And this is a sequel, mostly.
Spiritual sequel.
I think it's a full-on sequel.
Was there ever Monster Boy on Sega systems?
No, but listen to this.
So spiritual sequel.
Listen to this. The melody in all the music is exactly the same.
Yeah.
The names of the armor and boots and stuff is exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the layout of some of the levels is an homage to the previous ones.
So spiritual sequel.
But they're
Homage.
a spiritual sequel that is licensed by Sega that uses the exact same music and armor and characters. I don't think so.
You know what? They have 11 Mega Mans, and they also have some Mega Man offshoots that are not counted as part of the canon of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Is it made by Capcom?
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's a full-on sequel for all the reasons I just
Spin-off.
listed.
How
but
much,
it,
how
a
much was
spin-off.
it when you
That's
got it?
Spin-off.
It's
yeah.
a spin-off.
$40.
Is it worth $40?
Well, it was a Christmas present for me.
It depends on your like of spin-offs of Wonder Boy. That's what it is. We decided a spin-off.
If you like Metroidvania games, then yes, it is worth $40. If you're a mild fan of them, then wait till it's on sale. But it's awesome. That it's a huge game. The level design is great. The upgrade path is wonderful. The graphics are awesome.
So what game would you say it's like?
Metroidvania.
No.
Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy?
Anyway, I've been playing that, and I've been playing a lot of Battlefront 2. That game is awesome. You should get it since it's super cheap, and they improved it a ton, and that is it.
Nice. James.
Quick. I need a put down for Jarron and Owen. What's up, guys? It's James. You can catch me on Twitter at JDD Jensen. JDD is for ADD. You can catch me on Nintendo Switch. I have placed my gamer tag on said site on Facebook. I don't know if I said that on Gadget Spot as Tiny Rick. You can see me on there. Or formerly on Xbox as Funeral Taters, but I don't have an Xbox anymore because I got rid of it. Just been playing a boatload of Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Just been doing the Spirit Board, been doing World of Light.
Did you beat Galeem yet?
No, I'm taking my time. I'm taking my sweet time playing that. But the thing okay. Super Smash Brothers is still a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
But their online is garbage.
Yep.
And
It's not that bad, is it? Why do you hate it?
Well,
I
let
think
me ask, why do you like it other than you can play with other people?
Well,
I can play with other people.
from what I've read, if you're playing with your friends, it actually works good. But if you're playing with randos, for some reason, it just does not perform well.
Well, some games are really great, and some games are hot street garbage.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But the other thing, too, is every time I hop on, because I put my gamer tag up on the Gadget Spots Facebook page, facebook.com/Gadget Spotcast.
Keep going.
I've added probably like 2 or 3 dozen friends, and I can see every time I hop on, there's 2 or 3 people playing Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
But I have no way to ping them.
Yeah, it's bad. Nintendo's online service in general is
Yeah,
lacking.
they have to check. If you make your own arena, they have to manually go in and check and see if there's an arena live.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's really lame.
If someone's playing it, you can't ping them and join their game?
No.
That
There's
is
been
lame.
so many times that I've been wanting to
But
play.
that's not a Smash Brothers problem. That's a Nintendo
Yeah,
online problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
guess.
since Smash
So-
Brothers is only on Nintendo Switch, it's a Smash Brothers problem too.
So you just have to make
No.
a habit of going in and checking for any arenas that are live.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is
And assume they
before
want
the
to
end
join.
of the podcast, I think I'm going to say like this coming, I don't know, like Thursday night, I want to, from 6 to 9 Utah time, I want to open up an arena.
So
and
much
play.
easier to coordinate it through Discord or something. So
Yeah.
Don't we have one of those?
If only we had one place that would just tell you all the different places that we could find us. Maybe we'll mention that in just a little bit.
Oh, I think we
Yes.
will.
And but you know who consistently brings us together is Tony. He's our host.
Hey, I'm Tony. Twitter at QuadTTony, or here every other week on the Gadget Spot, or every week on the Geek Show podcast. I have been gaming lately quite a bit. I had the last 2 weeks off from work, and
Lucky.
whoa,
they were glorious.
I bet.
Lucky.
I had a few things I had to get done during the break, but I got in more than my fair share of gaming. Destiny 2.
You won't shut up about Destiny 2.
Smash Brothers, of course.
You've been playing that game a lot.
I love Destiny 2. It's just a ton of fun. All 3 of my characters are level 50. That's the max level.
Is there still just 3 different classes?
Yeah, there's 3 classes, but then you can do light level higher than that up to
Warlock,
650.
Titan, and
Hunter. So I'm working on keep getting their light levels up higher. They're all in the mid 500s right now. But let's see, what did I say? Smash, a lot of Smash. Dishonored 2, played quite a bit of that. That game friggin' rocks.
How well optimized is that for PC?
Very well. Yeah. And then in Smash Brothers, I have beaten Galeem.
Is it a satisfying ending? I don't want to know, but is it
Why
satisfying?
are you asking me?
I just want to know if it's
I'm not
satisfying.
gonna, if you don't want to know, I'm not
Or
gonna
does it
say
just like
anything.
limp across the finish line
Yeah.
after you toss
he's-
in like 26 hours into that game?
He spoiled it for me earlier.
What?
I was shocked at the ending.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say
I'm-
anything right now because obviously you don't want it spoiled and listeners don't want it spoiled either.
Yeah.
But I beat Galeem. And then what else have I been playing? Oh, I picked Diablo 3 on the Switch that I bought from you. I've played that. A
How do you
fair
like
amount.
it?
I like it a lot. I
Oh,
mean,
I got it too.
The other thing,
is cool.
Do you know how
Yeah.
to register your physical game in the game store?
Yeah.
Do you know how to do that?
Mm-hmm.
I never did it with Diablo, so if you want to do that,
I don't even know what that is. What are we talking about?
so you go into the
The gold coins.
yeah, the
Oh,
gold.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so just hit the plus when you're in the menu,
Wow.
and then just down at the bottom.
I
Register
will
the
do
game.
that then. But yeah, so I got quite a bit of gaming in. I had and who can forget a more than decent amount of Black Ops 4 on the Xbox. That game is way better than I thought it'd be. Way better.
I really want to play Blackout again with you.
Blackout is so much fun.
I'm hoping to get a kill.
Maybe someday.
Yeah.
We'll get you there.
I was so close the last time we played. The dude was right in front of me. I was shooting at him, but
and then he shot, and then he killed you.
Yeah, and then he killed me.
I killed him. I got second place in one round on Blackout.
Wow.
On Xbox. I felt pretty good about myself.
I think
Good
you
job,
should just
Tony.
quit now.
Well, I played a lot since then too.
Oh,
so.
never mind.
Have you killed more people?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Online, fake people.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what we mean.
All right, let's go ahead and announce our friggin' sweet Patreon backers.
Yeah. Owen, what's Patreon?
Patreon's a nice place you can go to that we use to
To fund the show.
yeah. I mean, yeah.
You
I mean,
know?
to help pay for some
Wow.
hosting fees and stuff like that.
And coming up in this episode, website fees.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true.
So if you like us and you want to tip us, go to patreon.com/Gadget Spot.
Just the tip.
And if you donate $6 or more, we read your name aloud on air. Here we go. Huge shout out. Thank you to AJ Jasper, David Broshinsky, and Aaron Young. And thank you to Hardware. It's a new one.
I feel like that was
Awesome.
a jab at somebody,
Yay,
but I don't
Hardware.
know who.
I love hardware.
I do love Hardware. Adam Hecht, Ryan Baker, Aaron Faulkner. Bloodborne is better than Uncharted. Derek Bauer, Adam Foote, Spencer Knowlton, Valentine, Kevin Eccles, Ryan McQueen, Michael Beck, Jeffrey Kale, Roger Allen, Austin Beauregard, Boston Beauregard. What? There's an Austin
What?
Beauregard and a Boston Beauregard.
Wait, what?
Austin,
Yeah.
do you
Wait,
know
wait,
that
what?
you're getting charged
Wait, what?
twice?
Wait, what? There's an Austin and a Boston?
There's an Austin Beauregard and now a Boston Beauregard.
I hope it's his brother.
Are you just saying that to like hit me off?
Nope.
I
We
really-
want you.
I think that was Connor Ritchie.
Oh, okay.
He's playing with
Nice.
us. Yeah.
Well
Brian
done.
Lee and Conrad Southworth. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.
Look at James. He's just out of sorts. He's
Totally.
completely
He
confused.
doesn't know what to do.
He's like a turkey in a rainstorm. He just doesn't know what to do.
Connor Ritchie, if that was you, well played.
No,
well
it was.
played.
It
oh,
was.
okay, nice.
Hi.
So,
All right. I'm going to cut the live stream really quick. Thanks, guys, for watching.
hey, thanks for tuning in.
I want to do this more often, but I would prefer in the future to be able to plug in the audio.
Did we
Make
ever
it sound
get
a little bit better.
Did
might
we
be able
ever
to-
get more than one?
We got up
Viewer?
to a half of a baker's dozen.
3
Well, Owen was one.
and a half.
Owen was one.
on one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on our Facebook page.
Yeah.
No,
that's
it doesn't count unless you're actually tuned into
Yeah.
it on the Facebook page.
Yeah.
Not if you're just on the Facebook page, does it?
I think I'm probably.
No, yeah.
one.
If you're on the Facebook page, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's live
so
there.
yeah, so we
Yeah.
got
Right there.
2.
Oh yeah.
We got two.
2 people.
Yes.
Twice as good as one.
I'm going to like it. That's like giving ourselves a high five. Thanks for watching, guys.
I'm gonna share it.
All right. So, what was I gonna? I was gonna say something about. Was it Patreon? Oh yeah, just excited for the things that we get to do with the Patreon money. Covering our hosting fees, some equipment, and James put together a website for us over the last 2 weeks, and he's going to talk about that in a few minutes. And also our Thrifty 50, which in December James was.
That was me in December.
Oh, it was
that
you
was
in
Battlefield 5,
okay, Battlefield 5.
the ray
right.
tracing report.
And for January, our Thrifty 50 is going to be Resident Evil 2 remake. It's my turn.
Sweet.
And I'm really looking forward to that one because I loved the old Resident Evil 2, and there's a lot of people out there that did as well.
And just a quick plug: if you like our show, review us on iTunes. It really, really does help quite a bit.
It makes us feel really good,
yeah,
too.
and
We're also on Spotify now, right?
yeah, we're on Spotify, and we actually got a brand new iTunes review, and it's so great. I want to read it.
Yeah!
This is from Millie714. This person says, "These guys are great, super funny to listen to. Would love to sit down and play Smash Bros with them sometime. James is the gayest straight guy I know."
Hey!
Oh,
Great job!
that's awesome. That's how I've been describing myself for years. I've been telling my wife it's like an inside joke. It's
perfect then.
I wish that I could introduce another man into our relationship
Your,
just to
your
get
wife,
some stuff done.
Your wife won the lottery.
Yeah.
She got a straight man who acts like a gay person.
Okay.
So
You're
I don't know what to
welcome.
say to that.
yeah, I don't know where you'd go after that. So I guess well done, Jerry.
I take it as a compliment, so thank you.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know any.
He's very comfortable with himself.
Yeah.
That's what
No
I know
reason-
about James.
No reason why that can't be a compliment.
And I'm not joking with you. You're the most comfortable person with yourself I know.
it's because I wear tight, stretchy
No,
pants.
he doesn't let me hug him though. He's uncomfortable with that.
I'll
That
hug
is
you.
True.
I just thought it was because I'm so muscular. I didn't just want to make you feel bad.
No.
So get over here.
He's looking out for you.
Yeah.
Okay, you can hug after the episode.
You can sit on my lap. We can
let's
share
get
a
back
I
on
bet we
track.
would have got
Oh,
one
yeah.
more
Yeah,
viewer.
yeah.
If we would have done that on the live stream, though, it would have been. We would have got
At
more.
least
views.
one more.
Yeah, probably for the James Jarron hug sequence.
We got a couple of emails, and then we're going to talk about the website.
Yep.
So, Jarron, if you have the emails up, or Owen, or whoever wants to read an email, let's do it.
Yeah, I got it. Benjamin, Fallout 76. I swear we haven't read this one yet. It's possible we have, but here we go. Just wanted to drop my 2 cents about the game and also from Tony's comments about it on Geek Show. Feels like we have read this.
I think we read this
Okay.
one, yeah.
Never mind, Benjamin. We talked about it.
But
Thank you.
I do agree with everything you said
Yeah.
about Fallout 76.
Next one from Adam. Adam Hecht, longtime listener of the show.
Yep. Hey, Adam.
Hello, Gadget Spot. Been a busy last few months. Finally been catching up with the podcast. I wanted to let you know the evolution of what I've been doing career-wise recently and how that relates to tech. I finally made the
Career.
move.
I think he meant career-wise.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Career-wise.
I read that and went carrier. Oh, like a virus or a internet? Maybe change his internet provider.
He's a carrier.
Career.
He's gone to full-time freelance sound work. So
Nice.
he says, I do location sound and post-sound. Could be for TV, movies, commercials, etc. It is hard to start, but I have people here that have been helping me. That's really cool.
That's awesome.
It'd be
Follow that dream.
it'd be so cool to be one of those sound engineers that creates sounds for movies.
A Foley artist?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Foley
Cracking
artist.
celery instead of bones.
Mm-hmm.
As far as tech evolution, which is what you guys might be interested in, rephrased, James will be.
Yep.
Yes, James, giving you a subject that you would be knowledgeable in.
Hey, congratulations.
Aw.
Why does that sound like an insult?
Who?
It's like you're not knowledgeable in anything else, but here I'm going to throw you a bone.
I was focusing on what I need to talk about. Who's talking to
This
me?
is Adam Hecht.
Hey, what's up, Adam?
I don't know.
What did he say to me?
Here it is.
Okay.
He found something that you would finally be knowledgeable in.
Oh, awesome. Why does that sound like an insult?
It's backhanded.
Oh, okay.
Take it.
Go ahead,
Take
go
half
ahead.
of it.
I like Adam Hecht. I'll give him the benefit.
I don't know your experience in sound, but here it goes.
Wow. Okay.
You're the gayest straight person we know.
Hey, you know,
He says it too.
I'd make a T-shirt of it.
For location sound, I used a Tascam 60D for years. A few months ago, upgraded to a Tascam 680D I bought used off Reverb. Bought at half the price. That worked great for a while. And now that I'm starting to have a reach into more professional jobs, I just got a Sound Devices 688. To translate this to terms the rest of you can understand, ouch. It is equivalent to, for gaming, starting from a 950 Ti, going to a 1060 or 1070, then going to SLI 3X Titan setup that had perfect scaling.
That's a lot of difference from 2 to 3 right there.
I want to mine with those cards.
Wow. No, he doesn't actually have the cards.
Oh.
It's a comparison. So that-
Sorry. I got lost.
so what he's saying is he got a super high-end
Yeah.
audio device.
If you're wondering why I'm saying this, it is because I want to hear more film industry type news. I know you guys brought up Red Camera Phone, but I still miss it. Hoping this starts more talk about it and give James more stuff to bring into the podcast.
Aw, thanks. This is why I like Adam. I don't know why.
That sounded like an
why
insult,
you
too.
ever made me doubt him. What?
That sounded like an insult too for some reason. Maybe it's just the way I'm reading it. You guys are great. and-
Even when reading towards me, there's a certain level of like
his
condescension.
voice is always
Even when it's a straight compliment to James.
Jarron,
if it's from Jarron, it sounds
I
insulting.
already told
It's
you,
hurtful.
you win.
You know,
okay,
you look-
win in life.
you look-
I'm aspiring to be like you.
This is it. You look really good today. That's how
See,
Jarron.
but when
would-
you say it, though, I'm like, thanks, man.
you look
I read
you look really
everything-
good today.
everything
Thanks.
that Jarron types in the Slack channel. I read with a different voice so that I don't have to feel like I'm being yelled at or hurt. I read it in like a clown voice,
I come from
like
a,
King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph.
Well, hello, everybody.
But
that guy's
I got some
creepy,
candy.
man.
That was
that
Alan
was good.
Tudyk, by the way.
it was indeed.
You know, Alan Tudyk did the voice of Hey Hey from
The chicken.
the
from
chicken.
Moana.
from Whaaaa. He went to Juilliard.
I figured it out. Benjamin wrote another email, and that's the one we haven't read
This
yet.
one's about net neutrality,
did
right?
Adam have anything else to say?
He just went on to compliment us about being a great show.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Adam.
You know, Adam, I'll try my best to put forward some more camera news and film industry news. But the only thing is like I'm kind of stuck where I'm at. I kind of entered into like a more managerial role over the film and marketing
Oh,
materials department.
humble
And so
brag.
like I'm trying to.
I'm stuck because I'm now a manager.
See?
I like
He's
the stuff.
insulting you again, talking
I
about how you're a
liked-
manager.
I like
Oh,
the
thanks,
stuff
man.
you brought about the
10 to
the-
1. 10 to 1.
Adobe phone stuff.
I'm,
That
I'm
was
saving.
interesting.
I'm saving the uplifting comment towards the end.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thanks, Owen.
Yeah, I like the phone stuff he brought up about
Yeah,
editing
that was
Adobe.
cool.
The rush.
Yeah.
I think part of it too is film industry and AV industry stuff doesn't advance as fast
Rapidly.
as
It-
like gadget stuff and things like
Well,
that.
that and the spectrum of the film industry that I'm in. I mean, I even have a hard time saying that I'm in the film industry. I mean, sure, I do make film segments for online marketing consumable materials and stuff.
Wait. Let me ask you one question.
What's up?
Have you made a YouTube video with more than 1 million views?
Yes.
Okay, then you're in the film industry.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah.
I actually shot that one with a red, so I'm pretty happy
that's
with that.
double film industry.
Exactly.
But that being said, that was the only time that I've ever shot with a red outside of when I was in school.
If you want to
So-
watch, side note, a really funny video about red cameras, go to Linus Tech Tips.
And you get the privilege.
Yeah,
Nay.
exactly. And
Yeah.
watch his review, not review, but just the unboxing of his new red camera setup from a year and a half or 2 years ago.
If microtransactions boil your blood,
Oh, this will.
it's microtransactions, but in hardware form.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Ugh. All right. So,
But that being said, like I don't live in the spectrum of the film industry where it would be advancing that fast, which is I
see, I'm in a kind of the same boat with podcasting. I still use old Adobe Audition 5.5.
which I was gonna say just use my login and just use Adobe Audition, the newest one.
But the newest one doesn't do
Does it add anything? Yeah.
that I needed to do that 5.5 doesn't. 5.5 already has more capability than I need for podcasting.
well, because at the end of the day, you're just capturing voice,
Capturing
and,
voice,
you
and
know.
I tweak the levels and things like that, and
Yeah.
add a filter or two at the end of it, and I'm done.
Yeah,
That's
I can see that.
because you're getting old. Old people, they like what works and they don't care to upgrade.
Back in
That's
my
not
day,
true. Well, no, that is true what you said, but I'm not being old. I'm also, and my thing is I'm cheap.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay a monthly subscription for something that already works fine.
back in my day, it was
There's also-
done
there's
with pie
also-
charts.
There's also a strength to staying in the comfortable center of the lane instead of the bleeding edge, where like the newest technology comes out that you're like, wait, I don't know how to do this.
There's truth to that
You
as
know?
well.
I
because
stay right in the middle with my hardware.
you got to be
I can
careful.
see that.
You got to be careful with your hardware if you're going to go to the bleeding edge, because that's where all the bugs are.
Yep.
A
The
lot of
bleeding edge
time.
is so dang frustrating.
But it
Well,
can be
this-
so awesome at the
Yes,
same time.
yeah.
I was gonna say this is also coming from the people that bought two 1080 Ti's when they came out, and then a 2080.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it can be so great, but at the same time, it can be so disappointing
There are-
sometimes.
Very high highs and very low lows.
Perfect example or description. All right, we have another email.
Yeah, from Benjamin. This will be very tinfoil head thoughts. I apologize and
Ooh.
rambling.
I'm already in.
Yep.
In the back of my mind, in that conspiracy theory part, I can't help but think Gadget Pi or his agency or possibly the providers had a hand in the comments. You know, the faked
Oh,
He's
comments.
referring to the FCC comments.
I'm still
Okay.
so mad about that
Well, of
because
course he
I
did.
was faked in those comments, and I'm still mad.
I'm surprised that there wasn't like an actual lawsuit, like a big lawsuit that
Well,
looked
the-
into that, because
there's
it
so-
was identity theft.
The New York Attorney
Really?
General, they're still looking into it.
Yeah, there's just a huge shadow that it lives in, and that's the political environment as it is
Yeah.
right now already.
But
with the
looking
Mueller
into
and
it
all that.
is the government equivalent of when I tell my wife I'll get around to it.
Yeah,
It's just not going to happen.
yeah, not in this administration.
Freaking beanbag person.
Anyway, so he says, Russian hackers. Wait, I gotta finish the other sentence. Or possibly the providers had a hand in the comments. I know Russian hackers, but the FCC since has felt like they have had their hands in the special interest cookie jar.
Agree.
Perhaps this is normal for Republican-controlled executive branch, and it might be nothing more than big telecom paying Gadget Pi in whatever fashion they're totally paying him.
In cash, most likely.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. He is in their pocket.
Have you
for
seen the size
sure.
of those teeth? Of course they are.
As you said on the show, yes, states are doing what the telecoms didn't want, state-level net neutrality. As a result, I believe the FCC has sued them on the basis that it's a federal decision. Odd, since they abdicated. Again, Gadget Pi may just be more in the pocket of the telecoms more than anything, and it might have actually been Russian hackers leaving comments, but they ultimately got what they wanted. Had it gone the other way, I'm sure they would have done it anyway. I know net neutrality is more free flow of communication, but can we chalk this up to the repeal? Net neutrality it makes me so
Side note.
mad what happened.
Side note, Ajit Pai is
He's gloating now.
skipping CES once again this year.
He's also gloating. Did you know? He's gloat right now on
I thought I read something about
He's
that.
been gloating about the death of net neutrality, saying how he's
Oh my gosh.
and thanking people.
Oh, he's
that
been
voted.
thanking the Republicans.
Thank you for doing that.
Unbelievable.
It's like all the people that, like I said before, if we would have taken the actual live people that commented, it was actually in favor of keeping net neutrality.
Right, exactly.
So they just muddied the water. That's all they had to do. Muddy the water.
Now, as to the very first comment of your letter, Benjamin, don't ever use a tinfoil hat to protect your brain from radio waves and things
lead.
like that, because it will actually amplify the waves into your brain. I learned that online.
And the internet is never
They're
wrong.
never wrong. Use a lead hat. Jaron's right.
Yeah. It'd be very heavy and slightly poisonous
And secure.
and secure.
But very secure. All right, is that all the emails for this week?
Yep.
All right, thank you for writing in. And we will move along to the next portion of our episode where James is going to talk about the website.
Oh yeah, so we actually we have kind of noticed that a lot of our stuff kind of gets overlooked because we have a billion different places that we are. We're on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Discord. We're on Patreon that we're pimping, as well as like there's a million different ways that you can listen to us. Stitcher, iTunes, all the.
Now Spotify.
Now Spotify, Podbean, anywhere. And so we got together as kind of a group and just said, hey, we need one central place that if we're going to talk about our stuff, instead of saying patreon.com/gadgetspot or, go to facebook.com/ what is ours again?
Gadget Spot.
Gadget
Spotcast.
Because Gadget Spot was taken.
Oh, yeah, dang it.
Now, anything you need from us, with us, if you want to listen to the show, if you want to donate, if you want to join our Discord, you can find all of our stuff at gadgetspot.net. If you just go to gadgetspot.net, right as soon as you go there, there's 4 different mainstream ways that you can listen to us, as well as a listen now button that will load for you the newest episode.
So in our show notes post, that's what I'm going to start. Instead of posting the podcast link now, I'm going to start posting. Me and Jarron, we run the show notes post on Facebook.
Yep.
So we'll start posting the link to the website there, so you can get to it a little bit quicker.
Exactly.
And all the show notes will be on the website.
Yeah. I'm gonna retool that first thing tomorrow, because that is one thing. I actually had it directly tied to our Google Docs, our shared one, but I've since been pointed out that it's not very good on mobile.
Right.
And because we have so many people that are coming to gadgetspot.net on mobile.
Probably one person.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, it's better if but it's a place that you can find our different various communities: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Patreon, just on that website as well.
Now, don't expect a whole ton of content on the website, because we're not like a news blog website or anything like that. This is exactly what James described, where it is basically come here to find where we are, our podcast content, our show notes.
We should
and
have a
little
link to the
bio.
YouTube. Oh, we do.
We do.
We do on the website.
James did a really good job setting this
Thanks,
up.
man.
Why does it say do not distribute? We want people to distribute that.
Oh, that's the photo that I took. That's my watermark that I have on Lightroom by default. That's something I need to take off and re-upload. The other thing,
Please
too,
distribute our podcast.
is we've had, I want to say, a whopping like 2 or 3 people say, hey, we want to mail you guys a package. If that's something you actually want to do, go to our website and just scroll down to the bottom, and you'll find a contact little form that you can go there. That's a physical address that you can actually send a package to us. I'll update it. I just need it, attention, James Jensen.
Yep.
Our actual email is there if you want to email in a question, or honestly, if you have a question that you want to ask us, it's just right at the bottom. Just name, email, subject, and enter in your question. We'll read it on the show.
And we're working on email forwards so that at some point we will have like our name at gadgetspot.net that will send us emails as well. So that's in the works, but it's not up quite yet.
Yeah.
How'd you like using Wix?
I loved it.
Yeah. You sound like you had a lot of fun making this page.
I actually had a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie, I made it probably like 4 or 5 times with 4 or 5 different templates. And this one I'm still not super happy with, but at the end of the day, it's one of those things like I just gotta stop.
Yeah, no, I think it's great.
So yeah.
I like how the background changes as you scroll up. I think that's really neat.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures you chose for us. Oh, those are just our Facebook pictures, huh?
Yeah.
No wonder I liked them.
Well, here's the thing is like I actually want to get some professional photos done with you guys, because there's a couple of different things that I saw on like example websites that I want to emulate.
Okay.
But yeah,
We could look into that.
go there if you want a different way to listen to us, to contact us, to find out where you can, play with us. And like I said, I really am. I'm going to post it on our Facebook page and possibly our Discord on a way to group up and play. Some night this week, we're going to group up and play Super Smash. So after the show, I'm going to talk
Hopefully
to
it works.
these three guys. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
After this show, I'm going to talk to these three guys and figure out a night that works for at least 2 out of the 4 of us.
Cool.
So,
And then shout out and thanks to Jarron for setting us up on Spotify. If you're listening to this already, we know you didn't get it from Spotify because nobody knows that exists for us yet. But if you feel like spreading the news that we're on
tweeted it.
Spotify, yeah, see, that's good. So maybe 1 or 2 people. My question, though, that I forgot to ask you is, do I need to upload it to Spotify now,
No,
or are
it
they going to
automatically-
pull it automatically from our
It's-
repository?
They pull and host.
So
right?
they pull it from
Yeah.
Podbean, but Podbean's numbers don't count.
it counts
Right.
as
Or I mean,
one.
Spotify's numbers don't count towards Podbean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
I was going to say, that went up really fast, too, on Spotify. You did it like one day and the
Yeah,
next day
Jarron
it was
killed
up.
it.
Yep, it was easy.
Great job. All right, now for the news.
Bwah, bwah, bwah.
Okay, there is a fair amount of Apple news.
A lot
so
of news.
Let's hit all the Apple news first.
It's a fire show or a fire sale. Just get rid of their stock. They're crashing, right? That's what's happening right
Dump
now,
it.
right?
Dump
Just dump it all. If you have any, sell it to me for $1. I'll take it off your hands.
Now,
iPhone sales,
they're slowing down.
they're slowing down. They're not dead. They're not going down the toilet. They're just slowing down
Well-
because they've completely infiltrated the whole market.
Yeah, the problem is it's not so much that there's not room for market growth. It's that they, and I'll be the first one to call Apple to the carpet for things that they do that bug me, but they put out a phone that lasts a long time. So you have people that will easily run their phone for 3 years, especially if they get the battery replaced after 2 years or so, and they're fine with it. Whereas companies like Samsung and things like that, their phones don't last as long, so you upgrade faster.
Well, and Apple has a term for this. They call it their super
Cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that this is the tail end of their last super cycle.
Yeah.
And so they're going to have people that have the iPhone 8 or 7 and 8,
7, yeah.
and they're going to have those people be coming. The next super cycle is going to start in the next year or two. So
Well, still, they blamed it on China because
Tariffs
they're-
and stuff.
Yeah, tariffs, and people in China don't care as much about Apple products as everyone else in the world.
well, and to do business
Well-
in China, don't you have to give them the specifics? So there's some
There's-
China knockoffs that are exactly the same because you have to share intellectual.
I don't
Don't you have to
No.
share intellectual property
I
over
don't
there?
know about that, but the other issue is just price. Some of the Android stuff available in China
Yeah, it's
is
cheap.
near flagship specs for 1/3 the price
And
of an
it's
Apple
Right.
product.
Pretty much just as good.
Yeah.
Another big deal that they actually cited, which I think is completely ridiculous, they said that their battery replacement program, which they heavily discounted because of that big kerfuffle earlier in the year,
Right.
is to blame for some of the lagging iPhone sales as well. And I think that's a horrible thing to say because it implies that they're doing it on purpose so
Yep.
people will buy new iPhones because of their dead batteries.
But the thing is, it's kind of true though. I know people that still have 6S's and they got a new battery and they're like, "Oh, I'm good for another year
Yeah.
at least."
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, it's not their fault because battery technology just sucks. We've talked about this so many times.
Right.
Batteries will die after using it heavily for 2 years in a row.
Yep.
But they shouldn't be blaming it on that, really.
I know it makes them look bad, like
Yeah,
you said.
it does.
So, but also in Apple News, they're actually extending their ecosystem out a little bit.
This is shocking.
I never saw this coming.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing, though, is you say that it's shocking to you now. I went into the Apple store like 2 days ago, and I went to the far left wall. It was almost like a toy store there. Like, there's so many extra things in their store now.
A lot of the stuff that you're looking at are things that are designed and have apps specific to Apple products.
I guess, but that's the thing is, like,
But-
Bose speakers are back there that I saw at Best Buy.
Yep.
Like, the little gaming handheld thing
Because
for Apple's there.
as far as like AirPlay, they've integrated AirPlay into a fair amount of high-end audio stuff for a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
Bose, Sonos. Doesn't Sonos do AirPlay?
Oh, Sonos One. Oh, I just barely got one. I love it.
Yeah,
Does
so-
AirPlay.
But this is the crazy part now, James, is they're starting to allow AirPlay 2 and iTunes on televisions.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they put the iTunes app on Samsung TVs.
Which is like an arch enemy, right? Like they had to throw down some.
Well, Samsung and Apple are the ultimate in frenemies because
Right.
Apple buys a lot of parts from Samsung, memory and things like that.
They don't brand it on the outside though.
But yeah, but
Right.
there's quite a few Samsung parts in every Apple product.
And it's no secret that Apple's going to be having their own content soon.
Yeah.
There's been so much news about that, and they need it on more than just an Apple TV if they're going to
Exactly.
distribute that content. So I see this as a preemptive move, so they can get their content widely distributed everywhere.
Who do you
Yep.
think's going to launch first, Apple or Disney?
Apple.
Disney. Disney's already set to launch Disney Plus this year.
Yeah, it's already
2020.
coming out. They're,
Or
they're-
2019.
They already have dates when they're going to pull it all off Netflix, right?
I don't know about that.
I thought.
Like they're,
But
aren't
I'm pretty
they're
sure-
pulling content from Netflix.
I'll double.
Or maybe they're just not releasing.
That's
any
just
new
when
content.
their contracts expire. With Netflix.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Disney Plus comes out this year. Though.
Now-
I'll double check.
Now, my question is: do you think they're going to revive Daredevil in on the app, or do you think that this iteration of Daredevil is donezo?
This iteration of all the Marvel Netflix stuff has a 2-year non-compete after it airs. So even if Disney wanted to renew it next year, they can.
Is it only for TV, or is it any kind of media?
That version of Daredevil. So Daredevil,
Oh,
the Daredevil.
but that
of
being said,
Netflix.
if in what phase are we on now? 4?
for what
We're still in
For
phase
the
3.
MCU.
We're still in phase 3.
we just
Well, we're
finished
in-
phase 3.
I
No,
thought
no,
the end of
Endgame is
I
the
thought
end of-
Avengers.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. We're almost finished.
But like in phase 4, if they were to do like a Daredevil movie, that's okay because it's a different iteration.
yeah, different version of Daredevil.
So anyway, iTunes on Samsung TVs, and they're expanding it to pretty much every smart TV maker out there. LG, Sony, that I've just barely heard, even Vizio. They're all going to have AirPlay 2. It's sounding like they're all going to have the iTunes app. So it's Apple expanding their ecosystem. With Alexa as well and Apple Music. Finally, they're doing what they should have done a long time ago.
So
well,
does
and
that-
they're finally realizing that they'll make more money if they have everyone with their hardware using their services as well as other people that don't have their hardware using their services.
And they need that service revenue now that iPhone sales are lagging.
Exactly. Disney Plus is slated to come out in late 2019, according to CEO Bob Iger.
I think Apple's service is going to launch before that. That's,
think so?
That's my opinion.
I feel like you
I
guys
don't
should
think they're
bet.
ready. I think Apple's streaming will be 2020.
You guys should make a bet about it.
I don't care that
No.
much.
I learned my first time.
I want people to lose money.
So yeah, that was pretty neat that was just announced today. And also, there's a fair amount. Was that all the Apple news? I think that was it, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
So there's been a fair amount of Nvidia news in the last few days as
boy.
well. This is
Ooh.
some neat stuff. Nvidia formally announced and showed off the new RTX 2060 card for $349.
It's a
Founders,
pretty
is this the Founders Edition one?
Yeah, Founders
Yeah.
Edition. But they said their board partners will also be shipping on the 15th
Okay.
along with them. So
it's a pretty good card. I was
this
watching.
is the first time RTX has put out a competitive price per performance RTX card.
I was watching benchmarks on it this morning, and it sounding like it's beating the 1070s generally, and it has ray tracing. If in conjunction with the DLSS, which is really good performance saving.
They said it'd be the 1070 Ti.
Yeah.
So, and then I actually saw as well some benchmarks that showed it actually come out on top very infrequently against a 1080. So, I mean, it's
a
for,
good card.
for 350. It's a good upgrade option. That's the first time I've said that about the RTX cards.
Ouch.
Well, they priced them too high. I mean,
They are high.
but yeah, so that 2060 is looking pretty neat. They also made a really big announcement that nobody, at least nobody I saw beforehand, knew about this, nor did I. Nvidia GPUs supporting FreeSync.
I can't believe it. I was watching the keynote last night, and when they announced it, they just said they certified certain monitors.
12 monitors.
12 monitors.
Out of 440 that they tested.
And I'm like, this is so NVIDIA. They're supporting it, but they're not really supporting it.
Yeah.
And I was like, really, really pissed. And later that night, I was reading their press release about it. And any FreeSync monitor can work with this if you go into their settings and just turn it on.
So what they're saying about those 12 specifically is that those 12 have been certified by NVIDIA to have good performance with
Those
with
12
their-
those 12 paid Nvidia to put their names on the list.
Probably.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Honestly, I think their claims are bunk. There's no way the FreeSync performance is that horrible as they were
Oh no,
claiming.
I think they were dramatizing it for sure because they showed here's two problems with FreeSync compared to G-Sync, and they showed two different screens where one was having like backlight flashing issues, and the other one was having just black screens inserted sometimes, or it would skip frames, and they really dramatized it. Made it look a lot worse than it is in reality, I believe. But
I'm super excited about this. So I have a 4K HDR FreeSync monitor.
yeah.
And I'll be able to use the FreeSync option.
Yeah.
Not HDR, though, at the same time.
So basically, NVIDIA is saying right now, G-Sync is the best option. It's the most expensive. And it's true. In all the tests I've seen, G-Sync comes out ahead over FreeSync in quality-wise. But they're saying also now we support FreeSync as well. So if you don't want to spend the extra dough, you still at least get adaptive frame, what's it called? Variable frame rate.
I like how they did not call it FreeSync at all.
Yeah, they did not say one time.
They did not want to be associated with AMD in any
Yeah.
way, so they said Adaptive Sync.
They even referenced VESA instead of AMD. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, that was actually pretty cool. It's not very often. NVIDIA is very Apple-like with their products and their software.
That's why you love them so much.
And no, it
They imitate greatness.
hurts my brain that they're so similar, and I love them so much. But it's nice to see them lately.
Why did you hold out your hands like you're going to strangle them? I love them so much.
I want to struggle. Because a couple weeks ago they announced PhysX is going open source. That was out of nowhere. Pretty
What
neat.
is happening?
And that's cool too.
And that's really neat as well. And now they're supporting FreeSync. Like, I think they're finally seeing that they're going to garner a lot more
Goodwill.
goodwill. Yeah, you attract a lot more flies with honey than vinegar. You know.
And then you get the swatter.
They also showed off Nvidia mobile GPUs for the RTX series.
This could be cool.
Those look really neat. I'm sure
Yeah.
they'll be very expensive, but
I hope Microsoft quickly updates their Surface Books with the RTX
so
cards.
a lot of the OEM manufacturers already have those up for pre-order. I saw Razer has already
they've already
got
tons
theirs
of
up
them.
for pre-order.
Yeah.
And it is priced quite expensive. If you want the 15-inch with a 2070 Max Q GPU in it, the minimum you're looking to spend is $2,400, I believe.
Yeesh.
Yeah. You can get it with a 2060, a 2070, or a 2080. The 2060, I believe, starts at 23. And then if you want the 2080, you're looking at a minimum of, I think, $2,800 or something
That
like
is
that.
insane.
Very expensive, but I mean, the performance you're getting out of it is quite high. It's not quite desktop level, but it's pretty dang close. And if you got the money to throw down for a super nice gaming laptop, there's going to be a lot to choose from in the next couple of months here. So
A lot of those are showcasing at CES.
a lot of them, yeah.
By the time this is released, CES will have started. Correct?
Yep.
It's the
Well, it
8th.
started today.
Yeah, it started today.
So it'll be partway done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hey, Jarron, how you feeling that you're not there?
I'm very upset I'm not there.
You got the FOMO?
Are you
I've
FOMOing
missed-
at the mouth?
I'm FOMOing everywhere. Just spraying that FOMO everywhere.
I'm totally
And-
okay with not being there.
You know what? Me too. Like 100%. Seeing all those people.
Here's the thing. I mean, I liked being there the 2 times we went, and I think we'll go next year because I think we should do an every other year thing, honestly. And so, but the thing is I realized this year I learned more about the products reading the articles from other websites than I actually do trying to
Seeing
walk
them,
around and
right.
find them.
Oh, definitely. But it's so
You
much
know?
more fun just to like stare
This is
at
true.
the awesome TVs
This
that
is true.
LG and Samsung are
Do you
announcing.
see LG is going to start selling their roll-up TV?
Yeah.
That's on here. That's
Oh,
on
is
here.
that-
I
okay,
put it on
yeah.
here because
And they've announced 88-inch 4K or 8K TVs,
Yep.
OLED.
so when I saw the rolling TV, like the bending screens and stuff, I was like,
So is it literally going to be like a pull
Didn't
down?
Samsung do a folding phone?
So, yeah, they
Not yet. They haven't
There was
announced it.
advertised
They,
it.
I'm just
I
like,
thought they
what?
did. They announced it.
I'm just like, what
They
is
showed
this
it off
for?
on stage,
Oh, but it's not an official product
but
yet.
it's
So-
not an official product.
So the
yet.
roll-up screen that they're debuting at LG is debuting at CES this year actually rolls down into the stand.
Yeah, so the stand is a
Mechanically,
big
yeah.
rectangular box.
Looks like a coffee table, maybe a little bit
It's
thinner.
gigantic.
It's really
Yeah.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
I don't see why that's preferable over just a normal TV.
Right? But it unrolls up like a projector screen, the opposite of a projector screen.
Comes
Instead
up.
of pulling down, it rolls up mechanically.
You can set it into line mode, so it just pops up like 8 inches to display your your sound.
Oh,
like,
that's kinda
like if you're
cool.
doing your music.
Yeah.
When it's down, you can still use it as a speaker. It's a 2.1 Atmos system.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all. That's all
2.1 Atmos.
Yeah.
You mean 2.1.1?
Yeah, whatever it says on the article. I only
Okay,
agree
I
with
was
that.
going to say
Why do you look
2.1
so-
is not Atmos.
Oh.
You got to have 3.
Yeah, that's what it is.
to be Atmos.
Whatever it says on the article. I only read Atmos, and I thought I would get a reaction.
That's really helpful for the listeners. Whatever it says on the article.
You're so
whatever.
bad at reading.
Yeah.
Wow, you guys leave them alone.
Did you
Jeez.
even go to
But
school?
yeah. Did you hear Apple's? Did you see Apple's trolling CES?
Yes.
Because Apple never goes to CES. They
No.
never have, right?
No, they
They
haven't.
kind of like reject the entire thing.
Yeah, they do their own
They
shows.
control their own brand in that
Exactly.
way. But they did a big banner right across the street from it. It says what
It was
happens
huge.
on
It was
your
like an entire building.
Yeah, it says what happens on your iPhone stays on your iPhone.
Wah, wah, wah.
Security.
I don't understand.
It's about security, I guess.
You know,
I thought
and
that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
get Apple's kudos for that. That was good.
Well done. Well done.
Though Apple's not perfect in that regard. Some
Well,
apps in the iPhone leak data when they're not supposed to be.
it's true.
Yeah,
but,
and then
Apple hasn't caught it.
but they don't have they don't have their system giving Facebook information even if you don't get on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like Android does
Yeah.
sometimes. Oh, Android, I want to love you so much, but you keep giving me reasons not to.
But you cost so much less, and so I still use you.
Well, what I like about it is Android treats you like an admin user, and Apple treats you like a standard
Oh.
user.
Pleb.
It's true.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what it is.
Filthy casual.
So what's this 5-person air taxi?
So that's also debuting here. So Uber they've been long saying, they've been working with this other company called Bell Air Transport or Bell Transport. And we've always kind of kept an eye on the drones, right? Like personal people drones, like
Right.
lifting
And
people.
When they say people, do they mean like normal humans that
They
weigh
didn't
above
say-
160 pounds?
I tried to find that, as that's very relevant for
Thank
me
you.
and Tony
Thank you, yes.
and James on a bad day.
Hello.
So it's very relevant. If he has a bad week, then sometimes you fluctuate your weight, But me and Tony, we always are kind of over the average. Anyway,
Are you the type of depressed person that eats? Or
Why would you just
doesn't
say I'm
eat?
the type of depressed person in general?
No,
First of all, he labeled you as a depressed person.
when James loses focus, it takes a certain amount of exercise to maintain that body, and if you don't, it goes away.
So, well,
It turns
before
into
before you go
whatever
into
else,
more cutting things, I got a little bit of fun cutting edge news. We now have a subreddit, our gadget spot.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Did you create that?
Yeah,
just now?
Okay.
yeah.
Wow.
Hey.
Look at this guy.
Just saying, or you could find it on gadgetspot.net.
You're gonna post that on our
Or it's already
on our
there.
webpage.
So what's the skinny on these air taxis that won't let fat people ride in?
So we don't know. I read looking
Americans, not fat people.
Oh, right.
So I read specifically looking for the weight limits. They don't have any.
Oh, of course not.
But what I did like was that they put a time frame. They're thinking Uber is thinking 2020.
It looks so futuristic.
For 2020 for people.
That's next year.
Moving. Yeah, that's next year. Later in the article, the CEO talks about really more. It's more like 2023.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's more like 3 years
But
after.
Uber's being very aggressive with their estimates. Like 2020, we're going to be flying you across. I don't know if these are manned.
I don't know
or
if it's flying or hurling.
Let me tell you though, if it's a 5-person air taxi, it will be able to
Hold
do
two.
of us.
Yeah,
like
I think-
one. We could go on a ride together.
and maybe a 2-liter Mountain Dew even. Like
Could
don't
I-
push it.
Yeah, I know. We
Could
don't
I,
want to
slide
fall.
my, could I slide myself in between you guys?
No,
maybe?
that's too much.
Nope.
A nice Jarron sandwich.
Get out of here.
We can get our own.
All right.
So
Our own Jarron sandwich.
Oh, yes.
so they had the prototype last year at CES. And this year they've got the actual hardware, is my understanding, at CES that you can.
The stuff that's supposed to be kind of the production level.
Yeah.
It's like piano black shiny, and it has these awesome rotors. It looks awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, the Air Taxi. So
Well, this is the year that
they're calling it the Bell Nexus.
2019 is supposedly the year that not Total Recall.
Blade Runner?
Blade Runner takes place. Yes, thank you, James. And so if we could have actual flying cars by 2020, that's pretty cool.
On demand. It's a major step in getting Uber's on demand Uber Air network.
So something this huge can totally destroy a whole flock of birds and would probably destroy the drone at the same time.
Totally.
What safeguards do they have to prevent that?
Oh, there's so many things they've got to iron out with the FAA, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Can you just imagine? It's going to be like a regular thing. Well, not a regular thing, but drunk driving, like instead of running into like trees and poles and sometimes people,
You could still run into a tree.
it's going to literally be
The top
into
of a
a
tree.
roof.
Well, and one of the problems with bird strikes now in airplanes is that airplanes are moving really, really fast.
Yeah.
There's no ability to dodge.
Yeah.
So
I guess you could technically.
maybe this has four fan rotors or whatever there are, and
I think.
maybe they got some evasive maneuvers.
Well, I was going to say, are we hoping that since it's not moving super fast, the birds will be smart enough to get out of the way?
Do you know what would be cool? If birds could hear at a higher frequency than humans, it could send out like an ultrasonic,
Get out of the way.
like
Let's see if we can-
auditory message, and it would clear the space.
Are we saying what if with birds right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
what if? Yeah.
Anyway,
I got to stop doing what I'm doing and pay attention. As soon as I do this, I'm going to pay attention, I promise.
That could be pretty freaking cool.
but they report Bell won't have a working prototype until closer to its official launch, but that's supposed to be in 2020. And so in a year, we could have an actual prototype
So
of this.
Bell is making it, but Uber's licensing it?
Yeah, they're
Oh.
making it. Yeah, they're going to make it for the Uber service. Basically, Uber is probably funding it, right?
Interesting.
So-
I'm sure they're putting big money at it.
They're probably doing that just in case anyone dies at Bell. Uber's not to blame.
Yeah.
Just like with their self-driving
Oh, yeah,
cars.
we didn't do
Yeah,
that. That was them. There's been a leak of Super Smash Brothers characters for
Yeah.
the rosters that you can download.
Just a quick heads up. If you don't want to know, go ahead and just fast forward in the podcast.
If you don't like spoilers.
Yeah, if you don't want spoilers.
Super Smash Brothers, it doesn't have a story. There's no
Yeah.
spoilers.
No, if you want to be surprised when the new characters pop up, that's what I'm saying. Meh.
Meh.
Okay, so we all kind of knew that Joker was going to be one of the characters.
What do you mean
that-
kind of new? They announced it.
Well, I mean, yeah. He's,
Who's
he's-
Joker?
He's kind of going to be
It's
one
from
of the new ones.
Persona.
Okay, so not the
RPG.
WB.
Not the Warner Brothers DC Joker.
Yeah, but so there's a couple of actually like bigger name titles that are coming, but the big kind of out of nowhere one was it's the Doom guy.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
it's crazy.
I hope that when you get your final smash as the Doom guy, it's just his rage mode, running and punching very quickly.
That'd be awesome if when he hit other players, it would just be gore
Yeah,
everywhere.
they all just fall apart.
Like Mario has like intestines coming out.
Okay, that'll never happen.
Oh,
The
Just
family
grabs
show.
him, rips his arm off, and shoves it down his own throat.
that would be awesome.
Another one was Ryu from Ninja Gaiden. He's going to be a playable
Oh,
character.
yeah.
That's cool.
That's the one I was trying to think of the other day when we were talking about
Yeah.
it. It was Ryu from Ninja Gaiden.
Is it Ryu or Ryu?
I always say Ryu.
Is it like
I like
Ocarina
Ryu
versus
better.
Ocarina?
Yeah, probably.
And then last but not least, it is the Minecraft guy. Because why not? It's Minecraft.
It's got to be everywhere, doesn't it?
The only character that excites me here is Doom guy.
So that's the one thing that I felt was a little bit on the chintzy side. What is it, $25 for this?
Yeah.
And you get
Four characters.
Four characters.
20
This is the DLC,
bucks?
right?
Yeah, the
Are you
DLC
kidding me?
$25 for 4 characters
Do you
and
get
4 new
maps?
boards.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
That's ridiculous. There's already 74 characters, already
Yeah.
70-something boards.
I
I
thought
feel
that.
like it should have been like
10. 5.
Well, I'm surprised
I was
Nintendo's
gonna
even
say
charging.
$5 a character.
If they did
is
Halo,
the
I'd
most
buy
I
it.
would do. Well, okay,
They did Master Chief, I'd do it.
there is a rumor. Get ready for this, Owen. There is a rumor
No
that
way.
as the Minecraft character, there will be a skin you can choose that is Master Chief's costume.
Oh, snap.
Is that a
It's a rumor.
is that big in the Minecraft universe? Having the
Yeah.
Master Chief
Yeah.
costume?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I must be just disconnected from that whole universe.
Also, speaking of back to Nvidia a little bit, they partnered up with HP to announce the most expensive 65-inch television I've ever seen.
Oh,
Yeah,
Gee.
it looks gorgeous.
it's awesome, though.
Now my
it's-
question is in the photo it shows the it's red backlit. Is that
It's
is
got
that a thing?
It's got ambient light in the
We were
back.
this close to buying those at Best Buy this last week. Those ambient lights that you can project back
Yeah.
on the wall.
I had
Close.
one on one of my monitors for a while. I like it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. But this thing is 65 inches of 4K,
4K goodness.
HDR, 144 G-Sync glory.
Oh.
It ticks off every box
Everything.
you could ever want for a computer monitor. and it's 65 inches.
It's just too big, though.
Yeah, anybody that hasn't seen it want to venture at the price of the 65-inch computer monitor for your living room.
I think we've all know what the price is, right?
No, I'm just
Owen?
Okay, Owen, what's your
Owen,
guess?
What's your guess on the price for this thing?
Since I'm not very knowledgeable, I'm gonna err on the side of over. I'm gonna say 6,000.
Just over by 1,000.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
It's $5,000. Do you know how much a 65-inch OLED costs?
Like 1,200.
No.
They're
1,100?
giving them away at Walmart.
Be ridiculous.
400.
This guy.
A 65-inch OLED will usually run you about $3,500.
Yeah.
It's
you
a
can,
doorbuster gift.
you can get a 77-inch OLED on sale for $4,800
Yeah.
for like a way good sale.
Yeah. So the fact that they're charging $5,000 for this, and it's not even that. To me, it's one of those things that it's so niche that
who will
there's
buy
no way
this?
they're going to sell very many
Companies
of these.
companies throw in that kind of money for those type of TVs. So I just don't understand why they'd see it.
Oh, it's so awesome.
It is for your incredibly well-heeled gamer.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I mean, I spend a lot of money on PC stuff, but even this is ludicrous.
Has 484 zones of full array local dimming, 1,000 nits of brightness, like you said, 144 hertz, a refresh rate, has G-Sync. It just has everything.
I've been converted with my last monitor that I bought from going for resolution to frame rate. I went from I had always planned on getting my next monitor as a 4K monitor, but I decided to go the other way, and I have a 1440p with 144 hertz G-Sync, and I do not regret that decision.
Because it's sharper, right?
The silky smoothness of 144 hertz G-Sync is amazing.
Ugh.
Amazing, Jarron.
It's almost enough to make me switch.
You should switch. I'm serious. It's worth it.
I need to look. I need to see. Check yours out.
I love it. But yeah, so this thing is a monster. It's by HP. Supposedly Acer and Asus are also going to come out with some models, but they don't have any sort of release date on them right now.
And this is the BFGD that Nvidia announced last year at CES.
It's big format gaming display, everyone. Big format.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's too big though. I'd have no room in my office for that.
Well, that's the thing is
I'd have no room in here. Yeah.
here's the thing is I think
see that.
really what they're shooting for is bringing PC gaming to the living room.
Yeah.
Right?
Out of the office.
Bringing it out of the office to the living room.
PC gaming.
But the problem
I
is
don't want it in the living room though.
well, I'd be okay with it in the living room, but that's just too steep of a price still.
Yeah.
You
Plus,
know?
I mean, who's going to bring their tower? I mean, that you got to bring everything out there.
You would end up honestly, I think this is for the kind of gamer that has two baller gaming rigs,
Right.
one for the front room and one for his office. But it's like, why would you play in your office ever if you had a 65-inch with every box ticked off?
Or it's for somebody that lives in a studio apartment. Shout out to my dad after
Actually,
he left.
yeah, that would actually work because if you lived in a studio apartment, you'd have everything hook up to it.
Yeah.
And so you'd PC game, console game, watch Netflix, all of that on there.
Yeah.
Oh, it also has the NVIDIA Shield built into it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, then there you go. That's why. Yeah, just project to it.
Yeah, that's an
Fine.
extra $100 of value right there.
Totally worth it.
That justifies it.
I was
So-
attracted to it.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, if I had $5,000 that I had no need for, I'd buy it.
I don't think I would still.
I'd
It's-
suggest
I would.
It's
I'd
crazy.
suggest LASIK personally.
Shut up. I don't
Best-
need LASIK. I got a sharp TV.
It's the best. LASIK's still the best decision I've ever made. Can I ask you a quick question about batteries? I know we
Yes.
already settled it, but for some of our listeners who may or may not have gotten some outdoor activity goodies over the Christmas time and who are unable to ride and or play with them,
Sounds very specific.
so I got a boosted board.
Oh, okay.
The Stealth, the 14-mile range. It has a lithium battery in it. What should I do? Because I can't ride it in the wintertime, obviously. When I store it, how should I store it? What conditions should I store it in?
Well,
What
you
kind
want to
of
put
charge?
it in your freezer. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that always confused me when I see people put batteries in their freezer. I thought that your battery dies in your car if it's cold outside.
Yeah, batteries in the fridge is an old wives' tale.
Oh.
It doesn't matter if you put them in the fridge or
You
not.
used to do that.
I still do. Just because
What?
I don't have anywhere else to put them.
In the drawer.
I have an empty spot on the fridge door, and it's right there, and I just dump them in there.
Huh.
Yeah, I still do it. I don't know.
Crazy.
I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't do anything. I still do it.
Do you just like pulling them out and feeling the cold batteries in your hands?
I actually do kind of
yeah,
a
it's
little
nice.
bit.
They're soft.
So from my understanding, the research I did in the past with lithium-ion batteries, you don't want to store them at 100% charge, and you don't want to store them at 0% charge. Half charge is around the best, and just keep it in a cool, dry place,
Yeah.
room temperature.
How cool.
No, like room temperature,
So you shouldn't leave it in your garage.
I wouldn't. I would keep it between, from what I've read, you want to keep it between 50 and 75 degrees for
I should
storage.
bring all my batteries inside. Dang
How
it.
cold does your fridge get? Or your
He's got the electric lawnmower out
That's
there.
right.
Yeah, electric lawnmower, electric blower,
how
Can you
cold
just
does your
bring the
garage
batteries
get?
inside?
electric snowblower. It'll get as low as like 34 degrees.
It probably won't hurt it,
I just get a heater for your garage.
from what I've read. But yeah, just bring the batteries in, put them in a box, and put them in your mudroom. Problem solved.
Yeah. And also my electric scooter.
That one's a little harder to bring in because the battery's not removable, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And soon to be electric bike.
The electric bike's batteries are removable.
Mate, that's the Mate X, right?
X, yeah.
So
I'm
excited for that bike.
I know.
Oh,
Hopefully we'll get ours in February. is
They're
what I
showing
read.
those at CES, aren't they?
they are. Another reason why I wanted to be down there. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yes. So speaking of things that are probably at CES, Schlage has another wireless deadbolt.
It's not Schlage.
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 So they're debuting this. The reason why this one's a little bit different is because it works with the Apple
HomeKit.
HomeKit. There we go.
No. It's Amazon. Sorry, it works with Amazon's Home Key.
Oh, that thing where you can send
Key
a
by-
message.
Oh.
to
Key by
your-
Amazon.
Yeah, you can send a message to your door to let your Amazon delivery guy put your package inside.
Yep. So it's called the Encode. Is the company has unveiled the Encode. It's a Wi-Fi equipped deadbolt, and it supports Key by Amazon. You don't need a hub. That's one of the big differences. Like a lot of smart devices, you have to have a hub built by them to connect to it. This is just goes to the phone app. So it plays well with Rings devices and Amazon. Like they've got Amazon or Alexa integration coming down the pipe for it.
I like the idea of it,
Voice control.
but it is big and ugly.
It really is. It made it a big, square, ugly box.
That's only on the inside, though, right? On the outside, it still just looks like a key. It's like
Still,
a deadbolt.
Yeah.
still big and ugly.
It
'cause
looks
it has
like-
a
Really?
big number pad.
Yeah, it looks.
Oh, wow.
mhm.
That
It looks
is
like
big.
it looks like you're going to like a storage unit.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that looks extra secure and cool.
Yeah,
I'm still weirded out that there's a deadbolt on it.
yeah.
Aren't
so-
those like super easy to pick?
No,
Deadbolt?
you're
No.
thinking of the locks inside the doorknob.
No, yeah, the push pin ones.
Yeah.
Deadbolts are easy to pick lock though if you have the right tools.
How long would it take you to hack into my house if
Here we go again.
if you could if you had
So-
this?
How long could it take?
How long do you
So
think?
a couple years ago. It was before the podcast. So what? 3 years ago, I bought a piece of spring steel, a couple pieces. You go to a hobby kit, like a train hobby place, and they have the railroad the railroad steel they use, and I got templates to create my own pick lock set, and I downloaded a whole bunch of videos on how to pick lock.
Isn't a pick lock set like $5 on Amazon?
Yeah, they're
It is-
super cheap.
They are now.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
They weren't back then.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I stand by that. Plus, it was cooler. I felt more James Bond to make my own.
Yeah.
To
Ja-
cut them out.
James Bond. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
That's fine.
James Bond's cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so
The name James becomes less cool if Jensen is afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, in your face.
He thought,
Wait, shut up.
Yeah, you thought I was gonna be James, but I went James Bond and put
Uh-huh.
you to shame.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
That hurts and accurate.
never went through with it.
Okay.
Never made him.
even tried
Never
it.
made him.
Wait,
Serious?
so you bought them? But
I
you
have
never
them all.
made-
I'm a digital hoarder. I have them all stored
Classic Owen.
with the videos, everything. You know, this all came from I locked my keys in my car, and I had to hire a company to come out and unlock it for me.
And you're
That's
like,
funny.
never again.
And it was a little person. What's the politically correct term for the?
I think it's dwarf
okay. It was a dwarf
or,
person
or little person.
Little person came,
How about
hopped
just
out of his gigantic tow truck.
Oh, really? That's
came-
even better.
Walked over to my car
You probably grabbed a Slim Jim.
walked over to my car with a stepladder because they need to be up to that
Sure.
height. Sticks one of those inflatable pads in the door.
Oh, he did it that way. Yeah.
Pops my lock in 5 seconds, and I paid $75, and I was incensed. I was just
Yes.
beside. I was like, I'm in the wrong business. I wanted to. I just gave him my credit card and immediately went home and researched everything I could find on lock picking.
You know what I saw about the lock
Bought a
thing?
Slim Jim. I own a Slim Jim.
I saw somebody buy one of those little lock picking tools, and then they broke off the end, and then they bought one of those pumpkin carvers that you get around Halloween
Yep.
time. The
Would
ones
work
that,
perfect as a rake.
and yeah, you just stick it in there, and then because it automatically does it,
Yep.
yeah, in
It would
2
work.
seconds
It
you
would
pop
work
it.
perfect as a rake.
We got locked out of our house once, and our neighbor picked the lock for us and got us right in. It was great.
This
I
house.
thought deadbolts were more secure
Yeah,
than
our
that.
old house.
Nope,
This
that's
is
why
not-
I was
So
like
you need
weirded
to
out.
research a bump
Not
lock.
good.
If research a bump lock key or a bump key, and you will not sleep at night. It's just a key that fits most locks. You put it in, you pound it with a rubber
Oh, yeah,
mallet,
I've heard
and it
about that.
bumps it open.
So
you would
what,
make a good salesperson.
what
Anyway.
option do we have to secure our homes?
Never leave your house.
Because if you want to leave your house, you can undo
Nope.
the deadbolt from the outside, but you can't put like a bar over the door from the inside if you're
That's what they
outside.
need. That's what the
Security
Schlage.
system.
That's what the Schlage needs to do. It needs to extend a bar lock
That
over
would be
your door.
cool.
Just click.
But then if the motor ever dies or
You're
the battery
screwed.
dies, you're
Yeah.
kind of screwed.
Bit
Yeah,
really
just going
screwed.
through like a window or something.
Yeah, which completely defeats the point of
Exactly.
home security in the first place.
Okay. Let's see.
Ooh, Soylent's on sale.
Yeah, I saw
Side
that on
note.
Amazon today.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a quick first impressions of Red Dead 2 because I got that for Christmas.
As if nobody hasn't played it by now?
Have you guys played it?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what I thought. Because we actually had someone posted on Facebook, I think, or Twitter. Why
Oh,
no
yeah.
Red Dead 2 coverage? Well,
I
here it
heard-
is. Here's your Red Dead 2 coverage.
I heard it's a slow burn.
Oh my gosh, it's a slow burn.
You got to get up and go. You got to do your routines. You got to get up, drink a coffee,
So I just barely
Sounds
made it.
horrible.
shave.
I finally made it out of the mountains.
I don't
And
know what that means. You
so
start in the
you
mountains?
start off in these like cold, dead winter mountains, and you're there for a couple hours. And I finally made it down into a valley, and I'm at some little town. That game, A, is gorgeous. Holy crap, does it look good in 4K HDR on my Xbox One X. But B, it is so slow, and I'll say it, I'm bored right now on it. Like, I hope it picks up.
Is it a chore to play?
No, not yet, but I really hope it picks up because it's too like, and this is something that a lot of people like about it is it's super open. You can just ride off in a direction if you want. But Skyrim's like that, and Fallout's
So is
like
Zelda,
that,
yeah.
and Zelda's like that. But I feel like there's more to do in those games.
Yeah, everything has a purpose.
Yeah, like in Red Dead, I feel like it's
big to be big.
more like an art project than a video game. But like I said, I'm only 3 or 4 hours into it, so I'm going to give it a few more hours.
How does it compare to
and-
Westworld?
Westworld's way cooler.
Have you followed somebody around for an entire day yet?
No. Is that supposedly something you can do?
Yeah, people have routines.
Not in Westworld. I mean in Red Dead.
Yeah, in Red Dead.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, people have routines. If you follow people around, it tells an entire story about their life in a day. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't.
Who has the
Bet
time
you-
for
bet
that?
You just judged
From
it.
a technical level, Red Dead sounds really awesome to me.
Yeah.
But as a gamer constrained for time, I have no interest in playing it.
That's
Yep.
the problem is
If I
it's
was-
just it's just so big and
How's
slow.
the story going to play out? That's
and
slow.
Yeah.
If I was like a
so-
single dude living by myself and all day Saturday was just my day, that sounds great.
I think what I'm going to end up doing probably is just following the main story. That's it. And I probably won't do a whole lot of the side stuff. There's like 197 different fish you can catch.
Do you have to do all the morning routines? Like
Like
shave, get your coffee, whatever?
No, I don't think so. But it also, when you do that, it gives your character like health buffs and things like that.
Oh,
Now, question: What was
It
the
seems like it does.
what was the
anyway.
last not first person? What was the last single player game that you just played before this?
Before this one?
Was it God of War or Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
So do you feel like coming from that game to this game,
Oh, Spider-Man's so much more
like
fun.
it kind of like jaded you a little bit?
It probably because it does. It feels kind of like I said. I'm sure I'm going to get hate mail for this, but it feels like Red Dead 2 is just big for big's sake. What they did make is gorgeous. You'll never hear me say a bad thing about the way the game looks. It's amazing. But it just, I really hope it picks up in the next couple hours, because if not, I'm going to get about as far as I did on Red Dead 1 on it and just start playing other games.
I could never. I always hear it gets better after the first hour, and I can never make it past that first hour. Never. I played it half a dozen times. I can't do it. It's so freaking boring to me.
When stuff's
Even if
happening.
you load up on the Adderall.
I haven't tried it with that.
You should do that.
I don't have a system to play it on anymore,
Oh
though.
yeah, that's true.
It's
But
not on Switch, is it?
No.
Oh.
The thing is like when stuff's happening, it was pretty cool. Like there's a train robbery scene in the first couple hours, and the train robbery was pretty cool. But then it's like, okay, now you gotta drive your wagon train to this city, and so I slowly drove
in real time.
It felt like it, because yeah,
One of my biggest pet peeves in games is when you have to follow an NPC. Does it feel like you're perpetually following an NPC?
there's quite a bit of that. Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe it's just not for me, but I think I can see the appeal that it has for a lot of people, and hopefully,
If you're a game grinder, like you like to get everything, I bet that game sounds.
There's
Oh,
nothing
there's a
wrong
lot
with
of fun.
that, man. There's nothing wrong with
No,
saying
not
like
at
this is
all.
a great game,
I
but
mean,
it's just not for me.
yeah, exactly. And
That's how I am with Tobey Maguire. He's not a great actor, and he's not for me.
He's a great game, but he's not for me.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I mean, I'll play a game and
I
grind.
like him. He's okay.
Tobey Maguire?
Yeah.
In what iteration of Tobey Maguire do you
I
like?
really did not like him as Spider-Man.
I'm Seabiscuit. I can't see. I'm small.
I liked him in Great Gatsby.
Ugh. He was the one that brought the whole movie down. He's like, look at me in my plain looking white bread face.
You gotta have one of them. I mean, you on the podcast.
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio. That's who I am.
You washed over that sick burn.
That was good.
Thank
well
you.
done.
Thank you. I'm getting stronger, guys. Look at I'm
Yeah.
getting stronger.
Anyway, I hope that it gets better. And then I just wanted to hit on real quick. There's this articles have been going around about this this new gaming console coming out by the company that made Project Cars 2.
Wait, is this the guy that's the rapper?
No, that's a whole different
Oh,
thing.
okay.
This is this guy thinks that he's gonna make a new console to compete with Sony PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo. They're calling it the
Ouya.
The Mad Box.
Mad Box. Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember the name of
I
it.
have no faith that they will execute.
Good luck, buddy.
They say we got backers. We don't need a crowdfund this. We have investors.
My uncle Kevin's in on it.
Yeah,
My
right.
cousin Dan's in on it.
I kept getting confused in the articles because they're like Mad CEO. Like they kept taking off the Mad Box.
Yeah.
They'd be like Mad CEO, blah blah blah.
He's
and I'm
very
like, is he
angry.
upset? What's going on here? Like he
No,
must be really aggro.
Slightly
So-
mad CEO.
Slightly mad.
That's the name of the company.
Yeah, slightly
Here's-
mad.
Here's what he's promising in a nutshell. This gaming console will be similar, equivalent specs to a very fast PC 2 years from now. A future PC. It will be as good as a future PC.
So is
2
he
years
basing
from
it
now.
on like Moore's law?
I
He's
don't
like
know.
he's saying like,
I
okay,
don't
take
know.
Moore's law, multiply it by 2.
Yeah. He said that their launch window right now is 3.5 years from now, and they say it will be as fast as a very fast PC 2 years from now, as powerful.
So basically, they're saying we're going to take industry standard parts in 2 years and slap into a box.
Yeah, this is
and sell it.
It won't even come to pass. It's not coming out. Don't be ridiculous, everyone. You see stories about this once in a while, and these new console makers coming to market, and they,
What's his angle then? Like what other?
he just thinks the
what
console,
other scheme? What
He
else
thinks
could be?
You wear it
pushing?
around your lower thorax,
Yeah.
so
He
you
thinks-
can feel the games in your belly.
He thinks the console market needs more competition, and that they're the company to do it, and then it's going to support all the major VR headsets. So you'll be able to use
Okay.
like, HTC, and
So it's going to be like a glamorous living room PC.
that's kind of what they're trying to
Like-
say.
I am
I see.
surprised that there
But-
was such a leap forward in VR tech this year, but like since then you haven't really heard too much about it.
Yeah.
And did you what big award did Beat Saber just win? It won like a big award, didn't it?
I don't know. Beat Saber is fun though.
Oh,
No,
it's
there's-
so much
there's
fun.
some
You
really
look like an
good-
idiot when you play it, but it's fun.
There's
Yeah.
some really good VR experiences out there. Don't get me wrong.
You have
But-
to admire this guy's ambition.
Yeah,
though.
you have to admire his ambition, but you also have to take it with a grain of salt. I mean, the last time I can remember this was Phantom. Do you remember the Phantom box? It was supposed to be. It was.
I don't.
It was.
Was that before or after the Ouya?
It was before the Ouya. So the Ouya, I guess, was the last one I can think of. But Ouya never billed itself as a full blown console.
And
It was-
Ouya
I
came
thought it-
out.
And Ouya actually did release. The Phantom box billed itself as basically a PC for your living room, with some proprietary tech in it as well. It was gonna supplant everything on the market at the time for the consoles, and it never came out because these guys create these ideas and they get backing and funding, and then they realize I bit off way more than I can chew. You
Yeah.
know, this
And-
is the amount of work and everything that this would take to actually come to pass is just it's staggering.
Not just building it. That's probably the easiest part is building it, but like getting support from third
marketing
parties.
it, right?
and-
Yeah.
marketing it, getting
Yeah.
support from third-party developers.
Without getting squashed by the industry leaders already.
Well, because
Exactly.
I remember Xbox, like Microsoft was a little bit late to the party with Xbox originally.
Well, they were way late to the party.
But they had an entire computer line behind them.
Exactly.
They're like, oh, we got all this funding. It's fine. We can
and
lose
their
money
own
for the first several years."
studios
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
to
Yeah.
support it.
But like,
So anyway, I will print this article off and eat it if this ever comes out and is successful.
And where is the Atari box? The new one, you know?
Yeah, right. There's
I'm waiting for that. And that's not even supposed to be a really fast console
I
either.
know. It's
You
just-
you already have your Atari hat speaker, right?
what?
Your
No.
speaker hat?
I still want that.
Yeah, you got to get the speaker
no,
hat to go.
those actually came out.
Yeah, those came
Oh,
out.
yeah,
you
you're
can
right.
buy that.
You can buy the speaker hat from Atari.
Did we want to do an update on where all of our crowdfunding things are?
Only if you have
in the
one.
process. I
don't have an
I don't know
update.
what happened to mine.
Owen knows what happened to his every morning.
Right up the butt.
Bio bidet
Do you
for the
still like
win.
it?
It's awesome.
Are you now becoming dependent on it?
Yes,
Very much. So.
I can't run to any bathroom in my house anymore.
I went on vacation last week, and it was horrible. I wanted my bio bidet.
Really?
Yeah.
I've heard stories as I follow the kind of the bio bidet world now because Google hears me, and so I get news. I get it in my news feed. There's stories of there's people that are like, yeah, we were going on vacation and we're going to stay at our in-laws' house, and we knew they didn't have a bidet, and we didn't know what to do, so we bought one. They weren't buying a bio bidet, but they bought these people a bidet as a gift while they stayed
So
there.
they
and then-
could use it.
Yeah, so they could use it. Because
did.
I'm becoming, I'm definitely becoming dependent on it.
That's awesome. All right, we got time for Owen's Crypto Minute, and then we're gonna do also.
Hold on, let me get the timer out.
We're gonna
It's
do
really
a,
short.
We're gonna do a most anticipated tech for 2019. from
Hold
each.
on, where's
Let
my
me know.
clock? There it is. All right, I'm gonna start it and go.
So, I want this to be drawn out.
You want your full minute?
5 seconds.
I need my full
So
minute.
cryptocurrency, you can now. There's a company coming out, a trader that will let you buy real stocks.
Oh, TRADER.
Yeah.
Not
So-
TRAI.
It lets you buy real stocks.
You calling it real stock means your crypto stuff isn't real.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can agree with that.
Okay.
I have never argued that. But now you can buy like stock in Tesla or whatever. You can buy it on the
30
exchanges, and it will be on an Ethereum-based token.
So you can pay for
You can-
stock with Ethereum.
Yeah,
based token.
buy Ethereum, buy it digitally, and store it on a token on the Ethereum blockchain.
Which makes it
Oh.
more secure.
Well, it gives people that don't have the ability to trade in the U.S. markets for cash to actually acquire some company stock
Interesting.
and store and keep it on a blockchain.
But that is only worth anything as long as the company that has that coin
And
stays
minute.
in business, right?
yeah, I assume so.
If they fold, then all the
You're-
stuff on their blockchain
I
is
assume
just gone.
Well,
useless.
the Ethereum network, I don't think will fold.
Oh yeah, since they chose Ethereum to put their tokens on.
Yeah, so the token will always remain on the thing because what I don't understand is how the real company like Tesla or whoever, like
What do they get out of
honors
it?
that
Yeah.
honors that like because crypto has no real monetary bearing.
Speaking of Ethereum, I read that they're going to reduce the power consumption for trading on their network by 99%.
Ooh, it's so bad. They're moving to proof of work.
Uh-huh.
There's a hard fork coming up on the 16th.
How many times can they do a hard fork?
How many times they want?
Jeez.
It's a code change.
How many
but-
times have they done it already?
A couple,
wanna
but
say
it's really
two that I know of.
it's going to hurt the blockchain reward. The Ethereum chain block reward is dropping from it was 5,
Uh-huh.
and then about 6 months ago or 7 months ago it dropped to 3,
Uh-huh.
and now it's going to be dropping to 2.
Oof.
And they're going to be reducing the difficulty, but you only get 2. Vitalik really doesn't like miners, so mining Ethereum is going to be obsolete.
If
pretty
he
soon.
doesn't like mining, what is he going to run his network on?
He's proof of work or proof of stake, So
What
in
is
order
that?
to become a staker or somebody that so instead of having
It'll just
everybody
be
validate the equation,
clusters
a
of
few
like,
people do, and you have to have 25 Ethereum in your wallet that you have to stake. You don't get to touch those anymore to become a staker. They call it a different term in Ethereum, but we'll have nowhere near that much when it all goes down. I'm close to 3.5 right now.
So you
Crypto
need
minute is up.
Yeah,
25, and then
Ethereum to-
also you need a computer to
A server, yeah,
Run a server to run
to
it
stake it, yeah.
interesting.
Anyway,
Weird.
That was partly my fault though, because I added on to it.
We had some
Yeah.
questions. All right, most anticipated tech for 2019 from each panelist.
Ooh.
This will be what we close on.
Ah.
So
I want to say the Disney app.
the Disney Plus,
Yeah. Is that what it's called? Disney Plus?
Disney Plus,
Eh.
no longer his most anticipated.
I can get behind that because of the Star Wars TV shows, which I am wildly excited for.
Me too.
Oh,
Even
man.
though the last movie was garbage.
What?
Get
What?
out.
What?
Out.
Oh wait, no, the last movie was Solo.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen
that was a good movie.
Yeah, I still
And
haven't
so
seen
was
it.
Last Jedi.
That was a great movie.
Yeah, even better than Solo.
Broke a lot of things. With the,
So yours is Disney Plus, James.
Yes, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see what they add to it. I have a little girl, and so just the fact that they're going to have all of the Disney movies
Oh, that's cool.
is going to be pretty rad. Yep.
Okay, Jarron, what's your most anticipated tech for 2019?
Well, it hasn't been formally announced. It's been rumored. This is what I want. A Switch Pro.
Are you going to get it if it comes out?
Totally.
I will 100%.
Yeah.
If they make because Nintendo has a tendency to do this with their handhelds, they'll iteratively update it with stuff that makes it better, but doesn't preclude any of the previous titles on that system.
But
that's
did you
nice.
see Nintendo
They've
CEO
done it.
that said
They've
that
done
they're
it.
moving away from consoles? They said that they're not necessarily going to stay linked to consoles. Nintendo did.
I don't believe it.
If they don't count the Switch as a console, then I believe it.
They do.
'Cause-
They just say they're not going to stay completely focused on the Switch. Sad, but
I don't.
What else
I don't
do they
know.
have to
I don't know
focus
about
on?
that. Yeah, I mean, unless they're going to release a fully new
Right.
3DS, but I think Switch is their future for sure.
yeah.
I don't know. Nintendo's done some pretty backwards stuff. With the online? Like, it's so weird that you have to put in like what is it?
Friend code.
That's
friend
classic
code.
Nintendo, though. So that's my number one. Number two, again, I don't know if this is ever going to exist, but I want a 32-inch 4K monitor that has DisplayPort 1.4 that can do more than 60 hertz per second and has either FreeSync or G-Sync support that is somewhat affordable.
You forgot HDR.
Oh, I did not say with HDR.
So you want the
you're willing-
monitor that I lusted after that doesn't exist for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I finally gave up and then went with a 32-inch 1440p with G-Sync, and I've never been happier.
Maybe I'll have to take. I'd take a 1440 HDR with FreeSync or G-Sync,
Do you really
Yeah.
play that much to make it worth it?
but I want HDR for sure. Yeah, well, a couple hours a week.
When he sits in front of the monitor, he needs to feel
Yep.
large.
Exactly.
And the crisper the screen, the larger you feel.
Owen gets it.
Mm-hmm.
And number 3, my Mate X. I'm
Yeah.
very much excited for that bike.
Nice. And that was actually going to be mine as well, the Mate. I'm super excited for that bike. I don't think I have anything else that I'm very excited for because I don't think Nvidia is going to release any new cards
Yeah,
in
probably not.
2019. Oh yeah, I take it back. There is one more thing that I'm excited for. That would be the Zen 2 architecture in the new Ryzen 3 series.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for this.
I'm definitely going to be watching that very closely. And also, side note, don't believe anything you're reading right now about their leaks and rumors until they officially announce how many cores and what frequency and things it's running at. Everything else people are posting are garbage about this 16-core Ryzen 9 with a 4.7 boost, 4.7 gigahertz boost. It's ridiculous.
But it should be 7 nanometer, right?
But it'll be 7 nanometers.
there
so
should be some
there's,
gains.
There's definitely going to be gains, but the gains that these rumors are thrown around are just absurd. They're way too high, way too high. But anyway, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that and to seeing how that works because if it's as good as I'm hoping it'll be, not as good as what the rumors are saying because that's just impossible. But if it's as good as I'm hoping it'll be time for a new CPU and possibly motherboard this year.
Awesome. Owen?
I don't really get a lot of excitement going for that kind of stuff. But I do have some things I'm watching very carefully
What? Okay.
5G.
Eeyore,
So-
what do we got?
So
What do we got?
5G.
Come on,
I want to
Eeyore.
see 5G wireless.
Well,
I
I
wanna
don't
see-
like getting excited for stuff
don't-
in the future.
I don't want to betray my true nature.
So 5G is an interesting topic because you have companies like AT&T
Mhm.
who are doing the same thing they did with 4G
Yes.
and rebranding a slightly faster version of their previous generation
True
stuff and calling it 5G, the
Yeah,
next gen.
the name got some hype this year
Yep.
and last year. So they're using that, right?
and
it-
5G is better than LTE.
Yeah.
So
So it's the
I-
next iteration of speed over
Yes.
wireless.
This is the thing that AT&T did with 4G LTE. Back in the day, Verizon was first to the market with LTE, right? And AT&T didn't want to have no 4G on their marketing. So what they did is they came out with 4G, and it's called HSPA Plus,
Yeah.
which was just a slightly better version of their regular HSPA.
Like tuned. It was just tuned better.
Yeah, it was basically the equivalent of like overclocking your
Oh, yeah.
CPU. It wasn't new. It wasn't special. It was slightly faster, and they're doing it again
Yeah.
with 4G LTE and calling it 5G.
And now with the FCC's loosened controls on them,
They can do
They
that.
can do that without any.
No.
without-
They did that before anyway.
That's
Yeah.
true. And now there's absolutely no chance of repercussions.
Yeah.
I don't want negativity in this section.
No, sorry, I'm excited for that. I actually
Oh,
want to
alright.
see it come to pass. The other thing I am kind of excited about, and mainly because I like competition, is that AMD has announced that they're going to go. There's not a lot of detail, but they said they're going to go head to head with Nvidia's ray tracing.
What?
That's what they said.
They
When
did
did they
say
say
that.
that?
Yeah.
They said they're going to go head to head with
When?
Nvidia's ray tracing at the keynote.
But they never said when they're
No,
planning
they
on
didn't.
doing it.
No.
They said that, and then they said, but until we feel like it's financially feasible for our GPUs, we're sticking to classic rasterization.
Yeah,
Uh,
I like that.
I got excited, then I didn't get excited.
yeah. That's kind of how I work.
I really think next gen consoles need ray tracing though.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to have it, honestly.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm hoping that Xbox announces a new Xbox this year
I hope not.
for the release in 2020.
Because that means my problem is at this point I'm going to sell my Xbox and wait for Halo to come out and then buy it again. Because I just can't buy. I bought this Xbox One X because I'm like, this has got to be the one. They're going to put Halo.
They'll put
6
Halo
on here.
Halo's going to be on there. Halo Infinite will be on the Xbox One
Is it
X.
coming? Okay, good.
I'm like 99% sure.
It feels like they can wait another year to announce a new console because
Yeah.
the One X is still fresh. The PS4 Pro is still pretty fresh.
I think they could, but I don't think Microsoft is going to. I
Put
think
that
they
down
want,
on my excitement list. Halo Infinite.
Yeah.
That's on my excitement
I
list.
don't think it's
Infinitely
coming out.
excited.
I don't think it's coming out in 2019, but I'll bet we get I'll bet we get a lot more information about it.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? We might get another cabinet game.
Yeah.
So maybe a pinball.
Yeah. There we could go. Yeah. Pinball. Halo pinball. I would.
Yeah,
Totally,
4-player.
I would totally get upset about
But
that.
where the two on the
right?
where the two side pinballs only have the
Yeah.
far ended
right.
paddles.
And then there'd be other versions that don't have dual wielding, so you'd only get one paddle.
Do you want to play it with a left paddle or a right paddle?
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know what's refreshing about our lists? Smartphone or tablet wasn't on any of ours.
That's true.
It's kind
Right.
of nice because that gadget has completely overtaken our
It's
collective
plat-
minds for
it's
the last
plateaued,
decade.
Right?
It's plateaued. for
plateaued
sure.
right now until
now-
we get some more ARM architecture. in there.
This leaves room for other gadgets to take our mind grapes.
I'm just excited that AMD is continuing to provide competition for
Yeah.
Intel after the first generation of Zen stuff. I was afraid that they were going to come out strong and then not know how to revise and
Right.
redo architecture good enough for it to continue to be competition. But it looks like they're
right.
They're
It's
kicking
kind of like
butt.
getting one hit on the champ.
Exactly.
And then the champ being like
what? And then boom.
just knock him out. I kind of thought that was where that was going as well.
I was afraid of that, but it looks like it's not. It looks like they're going to put up a really good fight, especially when you compare their enterprise level stuff with the 64 core AMD EPYC enterprise level CPUs coming out, and the best that Intel can manage, I think, is a 42 core. I think is what they're announcing, and the price difference is going to be just insane as well.
Also, SpaceX. I'm excited for that. They're launching their space internet service.
That'll be cool.
They're launching their satellites, so they got
Nice.
clearance to put a whole bunch of satellites in
year?
orbit.
I
I
don't
thi-
trust Elon Musk to.
Yeah, me
just
neither. But he's
His new walkway for the space for the rocket ships it's pretty cool.
yeah.
He had to say in his tweet that, did you see when he tweeted that?
No, what are you talking about?
Oh, he tweeted a new photo of the walkway where the astronauts walk down to get onto the spaceship.
Is it ad revenue right there?
Well, that's the thing. It's like he even said the next tweet. It's like none of this is rendered. This is the actual thing. It looks pretty sweet.
Nice.
Yeah, that dude can just do whatever he wants.
It's true. To
Yep.
a point, until he calls a random guy on the internet a pedo.
Yeah, they're trying to dismiss that as lawyers are, I guess. But
I'm sure they'll just pay off
He
the
didn't
guy.
mean
Yeah.
it. He was joshing.
yeah, that guy's like, I will take the money.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, there you go. Welcome to 2019, everyone. It's probably going to be an exciting year for technology and definitely going to be an exciting year for video games because the list of upcoming games this year is massive. Just off the top of my head, this month you got Resident Evil 2. This spring you have Anthem, which could or could not be amazing.
Kingdom Hearts 3.
Kingdom Hearts 3. If
Metro
you're into
Exodus.
That. Yeah, Metro Exodus comes out this
Tom
year.
Clancy's Division 2.
Rage 2 from Bethesda.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal.
Oh, I'm excited about that.
Gears 5.
Gears 5 comes out this year. I mean, we're at the tail end of a console generation right now, and so
The
all
new Wolfenstein comes out this year?
yeah, there's a new Wolfenstein coming out this year.
What?
All the developers are pushing out their big guns this year because we're nearing the tail end of Xbox One and PlayStation 4. So you're seeing the fruits of a lot of years of labor.
I just want that meat hook, man.
Oh
The Doom
man,
meat
the
hook?
meat grapple, that looks so good.
That's like a rated R version of what you could do in Zelda.
With the hook shot.
Mm.
All right, cool. Thanks for listening. We are done. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Owen, take us out.
Hey, we hope you care.
Gadget Spot.